Hello. When I hit record, it would just stop. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Anyways, hello. How's everybody doing? Well, welcome to In My Revolution. My name is Delana. These flowers are a little tall, or I'm a little short. So thank y'all for being here. It is Sunday at, I don't know what time it is, like maybe 7:20 or something. I hope everybody's doing well. I hope everybody had a Merry Christmas or whatever you celebrate. I hope it was great and you made good memories and you hung out with family and you did whatever it is that makes you happy. So I'm here to do a reading for the collective. Yeah, I have a lot of downloads, but I'm not called to speak on all of them. But I will get this to light on fire somehow. Yeah, so December's been okay. I know last reading I wasn't feeling so well, and I really been sad because my grandma passed away. My grandma passed away, so I know now why Spirit was telling me to do the reading earlier, because the day that I wanted to do it was the day that she passed, and if I probably would have never done the reading. So I was feeling some type of way, and I felt off, and it probably was because I felt her. But yeah, her and my grandfather are now connected in the spirit world, and she will live on. She will live on. So forgive me for if, forgive me. Please. Just a little tough, my grandma saved me. I feel my grandma took me in. My grandma did a lot for me, that more than she realizes, and she knows that I'm totally opposite of our whole family, and she never judged me, or, she always just loved me, and I love her so much. And there's a lot of other things in the background having to do with family stuff, but fuck all that. That's not even why I'm here. But funny thing. So my grandpa, her husband, his birthday's 11/11, and her birthday is 1/10. So that's an 11. And I was thinking about it today, and I'm like, oh shit, like if I add those up, it equals 11/22, which is my birthday. So it just makes me feel, I don't know. I know that they're always going to be with me, and my grandma, she's amazing. So enough about that. Beginning of December. So beginning of December, I feel like a majority of you have went after a certain goal, no matter how big or how small, and it's working out for you. And I think that's great. Keep going. Your vision, if your vision is not the vision that everybody else sees, it's okay. There will be people that will give you their opinion and say whatever. But if you're feeling it and it's what you want to do and it's calling you, and proceed, progress, push forward and do it, whatever that is to you, because not everybody can see what you see, what we see, and if you love it, you can never fail. You know what I mean? It's just, failure is is, it happens because then we know how to fix something and then proceed again. So it's just a setback. It's an opportunity to fix whatever failed and then move forward. So it may feel like this sometimes, but you're still progressing and trying and doing what is calling you to do, and never give up on yourself. So yeah, that was that. I had a humming in my ear earlier. It was like hum. Wait, it was like hum. It was deep, and it was like it's a symptom of awakening, of like a spiritual epiphany, and it's like the energetic shift. Like last time I had that, it was a little bit higher. So I know that like when you go down to the ocean, it's like all gets like bassier, I want to say. So I don't, it's not a, it's like when you go, I don't know, it's like in between, like they mix, like, oh, I don't know, it's weird. Anyhow, and then I heard I'm coming home again. So it's the rebirth. It's like, yes, you're gonna level up. We talked about this last reading, but I feel like if you've also had someone pass that you care about, and you're on your journey and you're doing things the right way, and I feel as though like the person that passed, obviously they lived through you if you believe in your ancestors and everything. They lived through you, and then you honor them by letting them live through you, continuing their legacy, honoring them, and, doing all that good stuff. And I feel like for me, like my grandma is like my grandpa, and my experience with my grandpa at 9 was like I was visited by him and an angel. So I feel as though since they're uniting in the spirit realm, um, she also gets we also get a bird's eye view, I feel, of every situation, and we get to see the truth when when we go on to the next dimension of passing over. And I feel as though like her gifts and their gifts together will enhance in the spirit realm for the collective and I that I read for, and the part of the collective that is here for, true growth, not for the gram, you know what I mean? Yeah, so I'm here, but like I'm super, super mellow. I just been chilling, and it's cold. I have the heater on and I'm cozy. Another download was Free Spirit by Kendrick Lamar and Reincarnated. So, Reincarnated by Kendrick Lamar, I never heard this song before until today. So I'm just going to tell you what I know. What the download is. Okay, so it says, it's always, okay, never mind. This is between me and God. He speaks to me in Spanish, and I know what he's trying to do. So, que reflejan tu mirada. La noche, tú y yo. It's like, what reflection do you see in the night? You and I. You and I don't know what that means. I mean, I know what it means, but it's not like that. I feel like it's you or I, but it's you and I. Okay, so it says, I get this fire burning within, concentrated thoughts on who I used to be. I'm shedding skin. Every day a new version of me, a third of me demented, cemented in pain, juggling the pros and cons of fame. I don't know how to make friends. I'm a lonely soul. I recollect this isolation. I was 4 years old. I recollect. Yeah, I recollect. Truth be told, I've been battling my soul, trying to navigate the real and the fake, cynical about the judgment day. Okay, so it talks about him He said he did a past life regression, and then last year was all fucked up. And he talked about his dad. And then he says, so I'm running off in the sunset, searching for my place in the world with my guitar upon my hip. That the story unfurled. I found myself with a pocket full of money, a whole lot of respect, while the record vendors left me. I was head of the rhythm and blues, the women that fell to their feet, so many to choose. But I manipulated power and I lied to the masses, died with money, gluttony was too attractive, reincarnated. So then it talks about him in another past life as a Black woman. Seductive vocalist, as the promoter hits the curtains, my voice was angelic straight from the heaven. The crowd saw, I feel like he's talking about Beyonce for some reason. From heaven, the crowd sobbed. The musical genius, what the articles emphasized, had everything I wanted, but I couldn't escape addiction. Heroin needles had me in a fetal position, restricted, churned on my family. I went wherever cameras be. Cocaine, no private planes for my insanity. Self-indulged discipline never been my sentiment. I needed drugs. To me, 8 Ball was penicillin. Fuck love, my happiness was in the brown sugar. I don't know what brown sugar is. All I know is a song. It says sex and melodies gave me hope when nobody's looking. My first assistant was a small town scholar. Never did a quaalude. Oh, like an interlude with 4 people? I don't know what that means. Till I got myself around her. My daddy looked the other way. He saw sin in me. I died with syringes pinched in me, reincarnated. So now it talks about his present life. It talks about his present life and rapping, and then it goes into what I found is very interesting. It goes into him talking to spirit, and he calls him his father. Oopsie. In this, I first thought it was his dad, but no, he's talking to God. It says, I'm yelling, Father, did I get it right? Everything I did was selfless. I spoke freely when the people needed me. I helped them. I didn't gloat. I even told them no when the vultures came, took control of my fleshy body, when the money changed. Son, you do well, but your heart is closed. I can tell residue that linger from your past creates itself. Father, I'm not perfect. I got urges, but I hold them down. But your pride has to die. Okay, Father, show me how. And it's, oh my goodness. What? And then it says, tell me every deed that you've done and what you do it for, and why you do it, what you do it for. I kept 100 institutions paid. Okay, tell me. God says, okay, tell me more. I put 100 hoods on one stage. God says, okay, tell me more. I'm trying to push peace in LA, but God says, but you love war. He says, no, I don't. He says, yes, you. Oh, yes, you do. Okay, then tell me the truth. Every individual is only a version. Okay, so he asked God, okay, so tell me the truth. Like, what is it then? What do you see in me? And God says, in the song, he says, every individual is only a version of you. How can they forgive when there's no forgiveness in your heart? I could tell you where I'm going. I could tell you who you are. You fell out of heaven because you was anxious, didn't like authority, only searched to be heinous. Isaiah 14 was the only thing that was prevalent. My greatest music director was you. It was colors, it was pinks, it was reds, it was blues, it was harmony and motion. I sent you down to earth because you was broken. Rehabilitation, not psychosis. It says, but we are here now, centuries you manipulated man with music. Embodied you as superstars to see how you move in. You came a long way from garnishing evilish views, and all I ever wanted from you was love and approval. I learned a lot. No more putting these people in fear. The more that the word is diminished, the more it's not real. The more light that I can capture, the more I can feel. I'm using words for inspiration as an ideal. So, okay, so it says, so can you promise that you won't, God says, so can you promise that you won't take your gifts for granted? He says, I promise that I'll use my gifts to bring understanding. God says, for every man, woman, and child, how much can you vow? Kendrick says, I vow my life just to live one in harmony now. It says, you crush a lot of people, keeping their thoughts in captivity. He says, and I am ashamed that I ever created that enemy. Then let's rejoice where we are at. I rewrote the devil's story just to take our power back. Carnated. Boom. Like that last, that's why I got emotional, because it was like, I get it. Like with my family, like with you know, I relate to the song a lot. And when it says like, me personally, I don't feel like I have any enemies, but like I had, like, you know, back in the past, it was like we weren't on good terms, even though we probably are now. But back then it was like, you know, the father of my kids and I, we were not on good terms. Like now where it's okay, but it was just like, let's just rejoice where we're at, you know? It's like everything happens for a reason. We wouldn't be who we are without our experiences. And then he goes to say, I rewrote the devil's story just to take our power back. And that's what the fuck we're doing. Man, this one hit, dude. it really did. And it's like, and it's the devil, yes, in a general sense, but it's like our demons. We rewrote our history, our story from defeating our own demons, you know? That's what I got out of it. Okay. I know that was long. I'm sorry. So that was it. Let's get into this. I'm just gonna go with the flow, guys. Thank you, God, the source, divine creator of this universe, angels, archangels, ancestors, past on, loved ones. Thank you for being here with the collective and I, for protecting us, for guiding us, for giving us compassion and protection and patience and love and understanding and comfort when we most need it. Protect their loved ones, their property, their everything they work so hard for. Protect the channel, protect this reading. Let this reach the minds and hearts and souls that truly need to hear this message and want to create change in their own lives for the better. This is the unknown. Oh my goodness, wow. It says trust yourself, cleanse, and earth. Did you hear my knee? It was like, okay, so earth cleanse. I feel like with the earth cleanse, can you tell me? Grounding, incense. Okay, so with the earth cleanse, you can actually, if you want to, I've never done this before, but I just got the vision. So with grounding and incense, with the earth cleanse, I feel as though if you, I'm going to say shower or bathtub, you could do bathtub, put the water in there, put a salt, and then get some incense. But I get resin because it gets a lot of smoke, and close the door and turn the lights off, put a candle in there, preferably a brown one, or brown one, or a green one, and let that motherfucker like hotbox it, you know what I mean? Hotbox it. Obviously put it further away from you than you can because the smoke gets your throat. But yeah, or your eyes. But yes, I would definitely do like a hotbox incense cleanse. It's kind of like a mini, what is it? It's the Native Americans do it. It's a ceremony. Oh my gosh, I just signed up for one. It's on the tip of my tongue. It's Boom. It is the Three of Cups here. The Three of Cups. Hold up. Man, it's gonna bother me. Okay. So the Three of Cups here and the Wheel of Fortune. So I feel as though, and this deck is different than the regular tarot deck. This deck, the Three of Cups, is three women holding their own cup, covering it, like praying over it. One is, they're all praying to like their higher self or God, but it's also, it has like a spiritual protection around them. And it's golden. So it's like the bond of women, the bond of God's, your faith in God, your morals, your morals, your integrity, your honesty, your truth, your loyalty, your intentions are all being connected at this time. It's gradually doing it. I feel, that's what to expect. Yeah. So right here, the Wheel of Fortune, it's like we hold that power, that we hold that together with all of us, coming together and being connected to spirit and being protected by spirit. I feel as though we're cloaked right now. I feel as though the dark or the lower vibration or whatever feels as though they hold destiny. But since there's spirit guides around here and there's two messages in this card. The dark does not ever know what the light's going to do, but also the dark feels as though they've always won. So it's that feeling of like there's more of us than them, you know what I mean? Like people give into negativity and gluttony and like money and things for so long. It's like the dark has always been the tipped a little bit up on the scale, right? But let it be, because I feel the other message is that we are cloaked, like they can't see what the light is doing because they can't look into light. They can't be the light because the darkness would dissipate. They would flee. I feel as though there's a lot of, so the Four Cups here, normally the Four Cups is like hesitant to take the cup from the divine. I feel as though this is what you're manifesting. I feel as though it's coming to you. You're not hesitant for it. It's coming to you and you're letting it come. You're letting it flow. You're letting it just be, and you're attracting. And that's the High Priestess we have right here. The High Priestess is silent. She's all-knowing. She's in tune with the dark and the light. She has much respect in both realms, in the levels of the dimensions. Her and God are tight. You and God are tight, right? It's like whether you're masculine or feminine, right? It's like the connection that you have, the faith that you have, the trust, and the blindness to trust in a higher power that you cannot see or touch, you can only feel. That is what the pathway that's being presented, that's being looked at. It's being looked at with the Five of Pentacles here. It's like being left in the cold, but it's also here if you are left in the cold, taking the time to nurture yourself, to figure things out, to be with people that you love and that love you. And the Five of Cups here. So some people are going to nurture themselves and take that five of Pentacles as though looking inside themselves as before they point the finger at others. There are going to be others that are just the victim, right? They're like, oh, win. You know what I'm saying? And that's cool. That's cool to like feel your emotions, but like also know that tomorrow's a new day, you know, and you shouldn't stay in this energy for too long. You should actually get out in nature and nurture yourself and do that. The Page of Cups here. So, and the world. So the Page of Cups is underneath, interesting, is underneath the Three of Cups. So it's giving me two different messages. So the Three of Cups is like a group, you know, people connecting, right? On a certain vibration, on a certain mindset, and it's positive. And it's the frequency is pretty high. And there's a Page of Cups here, and normally the Page of Cups in the tarot deck is the fucking doofus with a fish in a cup with no water. And this one is a woman here, and she's at the edge of the cliff like the Fool, but the ribbon around her is dark. And it's like she looks confused and she's by herself, and this could be a past version of yourself, but also it could be another pathway that the other people will take, which is okay. You know, we all learn at our own time. With the world here, whatever path you choose to take is going to change you, whether it's for the good or it feels bad and you have to go through a little bit of turmoil and then it becomes a blessing. But I feel like at this point, there's going to be people that are vulnerable on both sides, because it's true. When we have this new beginning with the new frequency with like-minded people that are not trying to manipulate and are fucking proud that you win and not jealous and all these things that we've been fucking sifting through, right? And come out on the other side of that, trust is going to be tested if you've really done the work and you are, you know, open to new people. And trusting means literally how much do you trust yourself to know that this person or this frequency is true and real and authentic and not here to manipulate or like hurt in any way. And with the other people, it's like they are going to be vulnerable in a way that they are going to be seen for who they are. And this wrapping around her is blue. It's like a lighter blue. So, but it's destined to happen because it's under the Wheel of Fortune. This is it's the Four of Cups here. So that frequency, we're talking about high vibing people, right? So with this Four of Cups, I said it's like you're attracting emotional connections that are healthy. You're attracting emotional and, you know, mentally and high vibing people that are like us, like you, right? Underneath that came the Star. It's meeting like-minded people, your soul tribe, people who have gifts and use them for good and not to hurt. So with the High Priestess here, it's the Lovers. It's a decision that's being made. And we have the Page of Wands here, things that are being looked at. All right. I feel as though there's also, I get another message from this, there's also a person in masculine energy who's trying to attract or manifest or bring in or thinking about or subconsciously thinking about a connection, okay, with the Four of Cups, with, you know, a balanced connection with a healer, okay? But with this High Priestess here and the Lovers, the Hierophant isn't out here, but I can guarantee that the Lovers underneath the High Priestess, both parties are aware of what it is, but I feel as though the masculine energy still has some learning and trusting to do on their own. And I feel as though that person, that the masculine energy of the other parties, they are looking at the pathway of the Wands, of the action that is being taken, and they're actually in the Nine of Swords. They can't sleep, they're restless, they're not happy, they have they can't be alone with their own thoughts. You know, a lot of things that they've done are coming back around to haunt them. And, you know, you can't really feel sorry for people who intentionally wanted to manipulate or hurt people and then feel bad for them when they're getting a taste of their own medicine. So, I mean, it sucks, but it sucks to suck, you know what I mean? So right here with the Five of Pentacles, the Tower's underneath it. So I had said, when you're in the Five of Pentacles and you feel cold, look towards yourself and you nurture yourself with people around you, because it's the Pentacle, right? And underneath that is the Tower. So I feel as though that being left out in the cold is bringing this Tower, and this person has a mask on. So someone feels in the Nine of Swords and left out in the cold. It's just them and their baby, or them with their inner child, wounded inner child. And with this Tower here, it's coming to break things apart and to see how people come out of it, because no matter what you go through, how you come out of it is very important. You know, did you learn a lesson, or are you still learning a lesson, or do you need to repeat, right? So with this Tower card here, and with the mask still on as he's falling, I feel as though people are going to take it to the grave. People are going to stick to their story. And, you know, for me, you know, if I'm telling the truth, I don't need to convince anybody or myself of anything, because it's the truth, right? I'm channeling right now, sorry. Okay, so the Five of Cups here. This person can just feel as though they lost certain things, and the Four of Swords is here to bring truth, yet protect it. And it's like, if I can do it, you can do it type of energy. And it's a very balanced energy. It's a person that has done the work, because there's a lotus flower here with the armor, and she has an armored lotus on her armor, right? So it's like she wears it proudly. We wear it proudly because these times we've all been through shit, and like the way we came out of it, yes, was like that. But I feel as though this person that's in this mindset of loss and out in the cold and Tower moments, I feel as though they are wearing armor. It's like, Yeah. Yeah. So they're wearing armor and they're just working and working and working. And I feel as though both parties have worked really hard, but in a one in an honest way and one not in an honest way. You know what I mean? And right here, the Temperance Angel is all about balance. So finding that center, being connected to the upper and lower realms. If you're always in the dark, and don't experience the light, then it's like, it's like having sex with one person all your life. How would you tell the difference if there's better or not? That was a horrible example, but I don't give a shit. You got a test drive the car before? Yeah, I'm just joking. That's past me, but yeah, for real. Yes, funny, not funny, but true and not true, right? So you still gotta like get to know a person, and then through time, go ahead and whatever you do, what you do. But it's like, how do you know what is good for you when you're not shaking up your own world? You know what I mean? Or your world's not shaken, when you're too comfortable, too complacent, and it's just like, it's not stagnant, but it's like consistently the same. It's like, that in a way is stagnation, because you're comfortable staying like that and you won't go up, or if you go down, you keep yourself on a safe place, right? Because there's fear. And with the Six of Pentacles here, it's like there's nothing to fear when you have that balance of the light and the dark, of the masculine and the feminine within. That's this balance. There's nothing to fear with that. No. And the Eight of Wands here, it's like the communication with the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. There's been a lot of action taken with, I feel again, this is, yeah, it is. It's the same energy. So I feel as though we've all been through this stage of like spiritual infancy, right? Or like just learning how to do something and how to accept ourselves and be comfortable with who we are within, right? And Eight of Wands is like a lot of communication, a lot of action, a lot of, putting your best foot forward, and going from the Six of Pentacles to the Queen and King of Pentacles. If you take in that masculine and feminine energy, it's very discerning, very protected, very abundant and connected to spirit. They have separate you, like your feminine energy is like beautiful and love and love and kind and shit, but that masculine pentacle, it's like, don't fuck with it. Oh wait, don't start nothing, there won't be nothing. But it's also not giving that communication out as though you're a king of swords reversed, right? Or a queen or king of pentacles reversed. Because a queen and king of pentacles reversed, to me, is like a person who's fucking cocky and like throws all their money in, and it's just like arrogant as fuck. Unattractive. Who cares? A bunch of money. Okay. Oh, Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles. Shit. So, Ace of Pentacles, we have the Death card. Ah. Interesting. Okay. So, another message. There is a person or people that wanted to see you or wanted people to be beneath them. They feel as they are better than other people or look better or, well, you know, just they like to feel superior. They like to feel superior. That's how they feel power. I feel like it's you know, people, like I just said, arrogant. Like people can be fucking arrogant and just like cocky and and you know, and that's what I'm getting from this right here, this message, because the communication that comes in with this Ace of Pentacles, they're, you know, money driven and, you know, all of that stuff, and the divine gave them, you know, they earned this Ace of Pentacles in whichever way, but that's coming to an end with the Death card and the Magician. I feel as though with the Death card and the Magician and the Fool, that's what came out, and is that it's coming to an end because there was dark energies, entities, whatever you want to call it, being done or sent or practiced and used you as a guinea pig or people as a guinea pig to gain wealth. And things built on a false foundation are getting the tower sent to them, and it's not anything to do with anybody else, or I mean, yes, their actions, but it has to do with it balancing out the scales with, you know, life is like that. You can be on top of the fucking world and then have nothing. You can be from the bottom and have nothing and gain everything. And that is the balance between high and low vibrational. If we're going to talk about it like that, it's like you got everything in a corrupt way or a dishonest way, and you thought that was going to last forever. No. Because you were manipulating certain things to have new beginnings, but it's the Fool. You know, the dog is gonna fucking end up pushing you off the fucking cliff, and your umbrella is gonna malfunction. And people, I know, because I used to boost when I was younger. I was really good at it, but there was a point where I did it for survival only, and then it became like I'm so good at it, like greedy, and then that's when I would get busted, you know. So that's what this is. It's like helping you to learn a lesson, but learning a huge lesson, all of it. And this is the Ace of Swords here, because truth is here, the light is here, divine is here. There is a new level of honesty. There is people that have crowns that are gods and goddesses and earth angels and fucking walking blessings that have been made out to be whatever the fuck, you know, to made out to be these people, when, you know, it's like the cheater. Like the cheater always accuses the other person of cheating because they're the one cheating. It's like, you know, it's the guilty conscience, you know what I mean? And when you start to get greedy and you're kind of like have that, your consciousness coming into play, you start to think about it like, oh my God. And then you bring what you think about, what you bring about. So the Seven of Cups here, the truth about illusions, the truth about the Ten of Swords and the Knight of Swords. So it's like You see this fucking card? It's like the reptilian. It's a 7 of Cups, and this is in the other tarot, in the regular tarot deck. It's like illusions or opportunities. But there's a reptilian here, and he is carnal. It's carnal needs, carnal wants, and this person's looking at it with the mask. It's like I absorb the energy, and I see you. So it's like you're putting yourself in these people's shoes, and it's like I cannot feel sorry for you when you 10 of Swords people, and now you're getting the 10 of Swords. That's the message. The Knight of Swords is coming in with that message. It could also be from past life things, and this is Judgment here. Judgment's here. Judgment is here. There are people that are looking up. There are people that see hope, and like they can make change in within themselves, within their life, and it brings wish fulfillment. It brings wish fulfillment, and the 7 of Wands is protecting the good that you've done. The Queen of Cups, it's like the nurturing that you give to yourself, the love that you give to yourself. It's protecting that, because that's how you become an emperor or an empress. It's like truly fighting for you, and not in a way that's aggressive, but like within yourself, fighting to be something better, because it's so easy to stay the same and easy money, but easy come, easy go, right? That's what I used to, when I used to boost, that's how I used to think. Well, I fucking lost my fucking $150 Nike sweater. Well, I stole it, so easy come, easy go. And right here, the 10 of Cups is here. It's like wish fulfillment. Okay, so you have a King of Wands here, masculine or feminine energy, that is the Hermit, but they're in the 8 of Swords, because you can probably flex, but when it comes to knowledge and the star energy and holding that light for others, they're unable to do so, because they put themselves in their own mental limited state. And the 9 of Pentacles with the Hangman. Damn. The 9 of Pentacles with the Hangman. It's like there's abundance here, but it's like people are seeing how things play out, when like learning from other people's mistakes or lessons, and that's good. Right here we have the Sun. It's being illuminated by an Empress that is balanced, that has the 10 of Pentacles within or like materialistic wise, either or both, but this is justice. This is justice for all the conflict. This is justice for all the conflict. Could be internal, whatever it was, like internal conflict, or external conflict. It really doesn't matter if it's coming from a source other than your own. Damn. Imprisonment or slavery. So someone feels like they're either someone is going to jail, or someone feels as though they're a slave to what a person, a job, like they're bound to it, and they feel that they're bound to it. That could make them angry. That could be just what karma, that could be their karma. Because what you put out is what you ultimately get back. We don't know when, we don't know when, or how it's going to come, but it always comes around. Forgiveness. So I feel as though not only that, there's been people I've watched or I've heard like people use spirituality or like as like a term in a negative form, and I get it because there's a light and dark to everything, but it's also placed strategically at certain times when people want to point the finger some direction to get, it's like pointing the finger at someone and just to take the attention off of you type of thing. You know what I mean? So that's what that is. And I feel as though it can also be people feeling imprisoned and forgiving the way they were brought up, the programming of spirituality, the programming of religion, and the way and things how they play out in your health or in our health, it's like you give people birth, yeah. So God, you hold God's hand. God's been holding your hand for a really long time. He's taught you certain things. He's taught you a lot of things. You could be a Native American, or like what is it? Could be like an exotic, like you look exotic, or like you have an exotic mesh like ethnicity. But I feel as though you come legions. Wow, you come from legends and like a legion of like healers. And not only that, God has taught you how to heal internally, and it's like you've made it an art. He's helped you make it an art, or you play the guitar. Oh, the karmic relationship came out in reverse. Ooh. So someone could be in a karmic relationship or getting out of a karmic relationship, but someone could be getting locked up or was locked up for something. Mother reversed. Someone has mommy issues. I forgave my mom like when I was 21. I love her, but I do not like how she is, and I can love her from a distance and still, that that's my grandma is my mom's mom. So, I'm not gonna burn bridges if I don't have to. It's like, I understand that only people can only give themselves people can only give others what they give themselves. And I've learned that about my parents. And that's okay. Like, they did the best they could, right? And someone needs to forgive their mother or a mother figure or something like that. Or your mother needs to forgive herself. A mother needs to forgive herself. So you have this lineage of being a Celtic. It's like, isn't that like pagan, I want to say? I really feel it's been around for a really long time. Celtic, beliefs, but someone was also trying to manipulate energies in your love life and your health. God, what kind of shit is this? Interesting. So the what they were trying to energetically put on you on your love life and your health and the spirituality flip. God, you walk with God, so it's like this person or these people are really afraid. So whatever they have projected onto you to whatever make you flip out, it's not. God protects you from that. And I feel as though people are in fear. People are fear. Yeah. People are in fear. So it says monk or nun. Native American, maybe. Monk or nun. This monk or nun came out underneath the medicine man or woman. I feel as though God has given you like sacred knowledge. You have things that you, gifts that you don't even know you have, that will surface. It could be expression, like the way you express yourself. Maybe you, if it's through paint or whatever it is, right? The more you do that, the more you express yourself in that way. It's a meditative state. So if you do it more often, you will definitely get downloads. You will start getting downloads if you're not already. So if you like playing the piano or the guitar or the drums, or you like painting or pottery or making things, when you're doing that, that's when the downloads are going to start to come. Native American, my people, and the High Priestess of Egypt. Ooh, and Atlantis, baby. Okay. So there are many of us here that are the dolphins. There's two. I'm glad they're together. It's like your lineage. That's the word I wanted to use. Your lineage, your where you were rooted from gives you, when you learn about that, when you go back and you start getting like images or like remembering things that you were like, oh shit, like deja vu, or like it just comes to you. Your heritage, where you're rooted from is like, those are the gifts that you will obtain. It could be, you could be from Atlantis, you could have Egyptian, you could have Native American in your bloodline. We're not just one thing. We're not just Mexican, right? We're not just black, we're not just white. There's certain, subcategories. And and when it says Native American in Egypt and Atlantis, it's like you have done this for lifetimes. You have been here before. You have been here before. You have. I don't know about you, but you have, and it's like this connection with the light and God and faith and like-minded people, it is going to bring up memories of back in the day of Atlantis, back in the day in Egypt, and those downloads will increase our spiritual gifts. And we gotta, I know that if you're true and good inside and like not tempted to fucking, buy material things, I know that like you're true to this, not new to this. You know what I'm saying? Your finances will come. I don't really talk about money or love, and if I do talk about love, it's like love within or with God. Because I feel like we can't get we can't be in a relationship if we're not, if we don't want to. That's my own personal, I don't want to. Okay, it says a message of guidance and then guide. So, message of guidance. Good karma. Well, good karma or bad karma, it could be because it's 1516, it's good karma. So the message of guidance is be who you are, go out into nature, do your thing, do what you love. If you're in the arts, express yourself and take the time out for yourself because you're worth the time. Like your mind, your mental clarity is worth the time. Your peace of mind is worth the time to get to know yourself. It's reunion. Okay, so someone wants to reunite or reconnect, but this is a message of warning. They're doing it because they regret something. And that's cool, you regret something, but like if I'm gonna cut you off, I'm gonna take the time to understand why I'm cutting you off, and it's gonna be a valid fucking reason. And if I cut you off, that's it, you just cut off. And you know, if you want to apologize, that's cool. I appreciate the apology, but I regret to inform you that I don't do, take backs. There's no take backs. There's no, there's an understanding. You're that way. I'm this way. You're who you are. I'm who I am. The list, and that's it. And I'm okay with that. That's why I take time to really cut people off, because I don't want to make a bad choice and do it impulsively. It's just not who I am, and I don't want to lose a good person if I don't have to. But if you're proving to me or to everybody or to yourself that you're fucking not same mindset, not, I just, we're from two different sides of the ghetto. You know what I'm saying? That person is going to come in soon. Whoever has regrets right now, they want to come in soon. And, okay, I heard pretend happiness. Yeah, I get anger right here. Pretend happiness. And I hate that. I hate that. Saying that, because it's been said to me before and I got offended because I was like, how fucking dare you? Like, wow, bitch, And that was my own cousin, so. But yeah, it's like because they feel that you can bring them happiness. I don't know if this is whoever, but your happiness is making them angry and they need help. They've been repressing shit. They're a burden of tears. What is Billie Eilish saying? She says, if the swimming pools were, there would be bottles filled with tears, filled by supermodels. Look in the mirror and you're in the dress. It's a dress who makes you a whore or something. I don't know. If swimming pools were filled with tears of supermodels or some bullshit, it's like being beautiful and all of that, but like you still think negative of yourself. Well, okay, if you feel negative about yourself, and you don't have to admit to anybody, just admit it to yourself, and whatever. You can't, I've learned that like you can't talk, or you can't talk too crazy. if yeah, I said crazy. You can't talk to crazy, especially like I'm saying it because I know like when I would have like when I would get into like one of my tantrums, there would be no reasoning with me because I thought what I thought and I was so dead set on it. It's like, bro, like, and I realized, like, dang, like nobody can talk to, like I'm not approachable when I'm like that. So I changed that about myself because I don't want to make people feel that way and I don't want to be that way. But if you're cool with that, it's your life. If you're cool with it, I'm cool with it, All right, so did I say taking it to the grave? I heard that again. Taking it to the grave. Okay. Prideful. Well, yeah, prideful or afraid, one of the two. Oh, and my neighbor passed away in his apartment. Yes, well, they found him yesterday. So sad. I love my neighbor. He was my neighbor for 8 years. Rest in peace, guy. He was sweet. But yeah. Okay. So, Hainutepo, goddess, the guide. Interesting. It says, Hainutepo is a goddess of death and protector of the dead in Aotearoa, the name for New Zealand in the Maori language. As sounds pass through the underworld, it is said that Hainutepo guides them into the afterlife and protects them from the harmful gods on their journey. This is a message from the other side. The communication could arrive via visitation, signs, synchronicities, dreams, featuring the appearance of the departed loved one, a spirit guide, or your own subconscious thoughts. Hainutepo, asking you to be still, to sit in silence and really listen. You don't have to strain to hear what you know to be true. Trust that you are divinely guided and protected. Know that you are not alone. Word. It's telling you the humming in my ear. Okay. We have mobbin, heroine, the challenger. Lavish gift giver, courageous fighter, sexually independent, Maeve was an Irish queen who was up for any challenge. The competing with her husband, which eventually led to an all-out war. You might be feeling like you must constantly compete or compare yourself to others. Beware gifts that are given with strings attached and words that are said to inspire jealousy or envy. That is the bro. Those are the two energies that I was reading on. Interesting. Okay. It says Mame is serving as a reminder that microaggressions can have a cumulative effect. If you are not addressing problems, they have a way of escalating until there are major explosions or no turning back. It is better to notice these dynamics and shift them immediately instead of ignoring them and hoping they go away. Boom. Thank you. Gracias, amor. Thank you. That is exactly what I was reading. Okay? Damn. It is 1, 2, 3 paragraphs summed up my 40-minute reading. Ay, Dios mío. I also wanted to say something. So since we're leaving this energy, and I have one more thing that I need to address, because it may be another puzzle to the piece, and if it is, awesome, because I was guided to speak this. And I know, like, in the past when I was on my masculine energy, I was reading and I'm like, fuck, this is so, I said it a couple times, it's so fucking irrelevant, this is so irrelevant, because I didn't want to bring it up because I just didn't want to keep going. So, the day the Dodgers won the World Series. So the day the Dodgers won the World Series, it was October 30th. Okay, gotta be quick, I only 15%. It was October 30th. I got a call on the 29th. Let's just call him Mark, okay? Because at this point, I mean, we're cool, but like, he's Mark. Okay, so let's call him Mark. I got a call, I got a text from Mark, and Mark, I have his number, but it doesn't have his name on it. And after like whatever, like I kind of, we didn't talk whatever, but anyways, so Mark had texted me hi from, but I didn't recognize the number, so, and then there was no name, so I said, who's this? Who this? Doughboy. No, I'm just kidding. I said, who's this? And he said, Mark. Excuse me. And I said, what's up? He's like, can I call you later, blah, 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 blah. And I said, yeah, sure. Like, and I could have talked to him right then and there, but I said, you know what? I'll be home after 12. You can call me then. Oh, I'll be available before 12. Because, whatever. So he said, okay, I'll call you before 12. So then, at 11:45, I get a text, hey, I can't talk, something came up, blah, blah, blah. In my head, I was like, oh, okay, he's playing games. Whatever. I don't care. So then I let it be, and da da da. And then I get a call from him, and he was like, "Hey, how you doing?" Making a small talk, whatever. And we don't have it like it was. We're cool. Like I don't have any, I don't feel no type of way. It was what it, we're fine. It is what it is, and it's okay. But and we never like it was. He was cool. We were cool. We got along. But anyway, he says, hey, so I wanted to just like let you know that like if you see me walking with another girl on the street, I don't want you to think like that's the other girl. I'm like, my response was, why are you telling me this? I really don't care that much. Like, I don't understand. I'm like, well, why? Why are you telling me this? And he says, well, because I'm trying to do something new, and I'm trying to like be honest and this and that. So I was like, all right, cool. Like what? Like I felt that like I don't know. Anyways, let me just continue the story. I only have 15%. So I was like, okay, whatever. Like I took it with like a grain of salt and like didn't think anything of it. And he's like, then he says, you don't have to answer any of her questions. And I'm thinking in my head, like, what the fuck do you mean? Like, am I gonna see this fucking girl on the street? Like, in my mind, And like, if it is, it's cool. Like, I can say hi, or I can not say hi. Like, I'll do whatever I feel at the moment. Like, I'm not just gonna fucking do what you tell me to do, and that was that, right? I was like, why are you saying that? Like, he's like, you just don't have to answer any of her questions. And I'm like, whatever. I didn't care. The fucking World Series was playing. I don't have time for all that conversation, right? So I just fucking ignored it. That was that. So that was the day, the 29th. So on the 30th, the Dodgers won the World Series, right? So I got a little buzzy and it was a time to celebrate. I went to the bar and I was watching the game there. I watched all the games at the bar this past World Series. And oh my god, shush Salem. All right, Salem. Shush. He's the blind one. Anyways, makes sense. So I go to the bar and I was a little buzzy. We won. Yay. I come back home. It was probably like 10:30. I had a little small talk with the boy, and then I laid on my bed and I ended up like falling asleep. But I woke up like half an hour later. So I was like, oh sure, I'm gonna take a shower, blah, blah, blah. I look at my phone and I have, what I noticed was 6 missed calls. 6 missed calls. 5 of them were for unknown numbers. And the last one was was from a person under the name, let's call him Philip G. Okay? So Philip G, I was still buzzing, I was feeling good. I hadn't seen any of my text messages yet. And I just was like, oh, I'll call this person back. So I'm like, hello. Oh, like they answered. And I'm like, hello. And it was a girl. And I was like, oh, okay. Like, she's like, so have you been with him? And I was like, with who? And she's like, Mark. And I said, what? I'm like, who is this? Like, the bitch you be calling my, what is this? I'm like, no, like, why would he even say? And then it all clicked. He was trying to warn me that she was gonna call me, but I didn't think that because I'm like, this fool wouldn't give her my number, and I thought since he said me walking on the street, I thought maybe I'd bump into them, while I was walking my dog or something, which wasn't a big deal. Like, I don't care that much. So anyways, so then she said, because he said he was with you 2 weeks ago. I'm like, why would he even say that? That's not even true. Like, the last time I saw him was like in August, and like, and I don't even have to be answering these questions, And so, anyways, so then she says like, well, I guess they're trying to work it out, right? Which was fine. Like, I don't care. Like, cool. So I'm gonna be honest with her. Like, if she has questions, like, I'm gonna be fucking honest, and like, I'm not gonna lie to her because I know. So I said when I met him, um, he had told me that he was single and that he had got out of a bad relationship. She said, "Dad, that's me." And in my mind, I'm like, she sounds crazy. You know what I mean? So I just didn't say anything, but noted. And then I said, okay, well, if you guys are trying to like start like fresh, like, why are you calling me, asking me about things you did in the past? Like, that's irrelevant if you guys are going to be moving forward. And I think that obviously she was insecure, right? But it was like making her problems my problems. And then she was like, well, I want to have kids or whatever. And I'm like, okay, so what the fuck are you calling me for? Like, I just told her, like, you deserve good things. You don't deserve to be calling, be paranoid or like with the person that you're with. Like, you should be having peace and you should be able to trust them. And if you can't do that, then I don't know what to tell you. You know what I mean? You should be having this conversation with a Mark. So then I don't remember the whole conversation, but whatever. We hung up. I told her, like, I wish her well and la la la, like, peace. Then I thought to myself, how did this bitch get my number? And I'm like, he wouldn't have given my number, would he? If he's being honest, but like, that's a stupid thing to do because fucking stupid, right? And so I'm like, I texted him, I said, hey bro, like, I have a question, like, I'm just curious, like, how did she get my number? And so he had his original number that I know of his, and he hit me up from a different number. And the girl, Philip G. My bad. I can't lie, man. So she had her number came up too. So I screenshotted everything. I sent everything to both of his numbers and her number. Like, I'm not hiding the conversation that him and I are having, and I'm not hiding the conversation. I don't text her at all, but I wasn't hiding any conversation or any audio clip that I fucking sent him. I wasn't hiding it with her. Like, I'm not that bitch. And if you're gonna fucking call me and then I saw my text, it said, please call me, I have a couple questions for you. Like, who the fuck? I wish I would have saw my text first. I would have been like, fuck you. Like, who is this, the police? Like, fuck. Can you say please? Anyways, so that being said, I asked and he didn't reply to me. So I was like, all right, cool. Well, since she called me and she was able to, like, we were able to communicate, you know, nicely. And I was kind to her and honest. So I thought, hey, well, maybe I could ask her, like, you know. So I reached out to her like the next day and I said, hey, just curious, how did you get my number? And she replied, who's asking, you or him? Bitch, if you were in front of me, I would have fucking knocked your ass out with that stupid ass remark. Because I sent her an audio clip. I said, oh, you that bitch. You're that bitch to fucking ask me questions that I don't even have to answer, but I did because I felt like compassion towards you. And now I'm asking you a simple question. You come at me with that smart ass bullshit. I see. Women, bitches like you make women like me regret being honest to you, for you, like, and compassionate. Don't fucking call me. Don't fucking text me. I don't want to hear your voice. I don't even know who the fuck you are. Keep your fucking toxic relationship away from me. Like, you guys are mirroring each other, and you guys both need to, whatever the fuck, heal or whatever, but you need to leave me the fuck out of it. I blocked her. So then I get a reply from this Mark. Apparently, she went through his phone because he said he didn't give her the number, and I believe him because he's never lied to me at all, and I'm not just saying that because, you know, whatever happened, because I don't give a fuck about that. When a person is honest with me from the get-go about a lot of things that he didn't have to be honest with me about, even before the situation, he gets some respect, you know, and he gets that trust. So I believed him, and it could have been a lie, whatever, but in my eyes, like, he was being honest. And I'm pretty sure it's part of the whole fucking watching me for 1,500 feet away from my house, and, you know, logging my dog walking hours, and being a fucking whole fucking CIA, FBI agent for the wrong person, okay? But anyways, that's the other puzzle piece, and I really even, like, I hope it's not you, girl. I hope it ain't. Because that's on some whole nother level shit, okay? And I even told him to, I even blocked him too, like, both number, like, everybody's fucking blocked. Don't fucking, like, bro, no. You chose to move forward, so keep moving. Keep on keeping on. I'm not that bitch. I'm not that bitch. Like, we were cool until, you know, I mean, he's so cool, but, like, you know, it's drama. And you know, you save the drama for your mama. Anyways, if you've come this far with me, thank you so much for putting up with my ass. I will start to feel a little bit better. I want to come on here one more time before the year ends, and it's time for a 5-second dance party. Ow! Just kidding. Anyways, I'm gonna probably go to sleep right now. I took a shower, I cleansed myself before coming on here. I'm probably gonna, like, let it put a little altar for my grandma, and pretty flowers. So I appreciate you guys all for being here. Thank you for putting up with me, and I can't wait for this, you know, to all unfold for us, and for us to just be on that new frequency and keep raising and keep doing the damn thing. You know, I appreciate you guys. And I just wanted to say one last thing. Like, since we're leaving the past in the past, like, I wanted to thank like everybody for from my past, like on my first channel, like that all talk shit and like that all, you know, diagnosed me without a degree. And for those who showed me who they were, and for those who showed me who they weren't, and for just being a part of my journey, because without any of that, like, I wouldn't be who I am. And like, I know it sounds weird, but like, I'm grateful for like all of that shit. Like, you know, you were a part of my growth, of my ascension, of my elevation, my love for myself. Like, you had something to do with it. You were meant to be part of that part of my journey for me. And for that, I will be forever grateful. Like, I knew I was guided here, but I knew I didn't know I was guided here for all of that bullshit. But, you know, I wouldn't change it for anything, because I learned to love myself in such a way that, like, I hope one day you can understand and feel and know and trust and have faith in, even if it's not my way, your own way, you know. I hope, you know, I just hope that you grew from it too. And thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate all of you. Thank you guys for being here. Without you, there would be no this. And I'm going to leave you with health, wealth, and happiness, and peace, love, and harmony. Peace be with you all. Nano. Peace out to the Atlanteans. Oh God, and the Lemurians, and the star seeds, and the earth angels, and all that good stuff. Just kidding. Bye guys. Night.